up, everybody? It's Friday. I don't have to work today. So we're going to talk about one of my cars that I just previously got rid of. So about 2 years ago, I picked up a 2004 Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution EVO. It had 39,000 miles on it. It was in really good condition. Punk kid owned it before me, so it had a few things wrong with it. Actually, the first night I brought it home, I was driving through a rainstorm, and there's an electrical plug that runs from the fender to the hood for the harness to connect right there. And I went through about 5 inches of standing water, and the whole car had an electrical shortage the next morning. Couldn't start the car, so that was a good first day with the car. But after that, it served as my daily driver for about a year until I really started to put some money into it. It originally had just an Evo 9 turbo, E85, 1000cc injectors, a few bolt-ons. Made about 385 to the wheels, about 360, 370 torque, somewhere in there. So after about a year of daily driving it on an Evo 9 turbo, E85, bolt-ons, I decided to pick up an FP Red dual ball bearing. I got FP's ported and coated manifold. I redid the whole exhaust system with a grade 2 titanium muffler. Put a new clutch in it, which is actually my third. I started with an Exity twin disc, then I got a competition clutch stage 4, and then I got an ACT 6-puck. Got a new catch can for it, did a couple more bolt-ons, got 2000cc injectors, new fuel rail, new -6 fuel lines, just kind of the basic stuff, but I left the block stock and the head was still stock. So I went and got it tuned up north, made 483 to the wheels with about 430 torque. So we kept the torque down because we didn't want to stretch the head studs and blow a head gasket, so we wanted to keep it kind of conservative. It could have obviously made more, but I was still putting a lot of miles on it at the time. And I've got some videos of it coming up, and there's videos at the beginning of this video. Sorry, they're shitty cell phone quality, but they're all I had really. I've got tons of pictures of it, but I also got a Voltex genuine 1500mm wing for it. And if you don't know the price of those, go look them up. It is a genuine Voltex wing. Also had Enkei NT03s, Michelin Pilot Sport PS2s. The car was actually had a partial sponsorship by Prime Suspension, which is like Fortunato's sister company. So I had those coilovers on there, which ride really awesome for the price actually. Ended up trading a buddy when I sold the car. Got JDM rear from STM. I got a brand new front bumper from Mitsubishi. They're all repainted. Gosh, I don't know. I spent stupid amounts of money on that car, and that's why I probably sold it. I ended up selling it because I was sick of putting so many miles on it. Like I said, it started with 39,000. When I sold it, it had about 70,000. So I was sick of putting so many miles on it. I picked up a daily, and then every time I went to drive the Evo, I was afraid something would break on it because I'd put so much money into it. Like the FP Red, after about 2 months of owning it, I had to have it rebuilt with a whole new billet housing. And right after that is when the second clutch went out, so I had to get a third clutch. So at that point, I was just dropping too much money into it. So I was going to sell the car as it was, but it wasn't selling for what I wanted. And obviously, everyone knows when you put money into a car, it's not worth as much as it was when it was stock. So I decided to part everything out, turn the car back to completely stock. I even had a stock exhaust system on there with a stock cat. I mean, everything was turned back to stock. So sold the car for stock, parted everything out, made out pretty decently. I didn't lose that much money on it when typically you do in those situations, but I didn't. And actually the kid that just bought the car from me, he just hit me up about a week ago because he blew the T-case and the transmission on it already and fried the clutch on it. So I'm pretty glad I don't have the car anymore. It was a ton of money. I've had 16 cars in my whole lifespan of driving. So for about 8 years, over the course of 8 years, or I guess 10 years really, over the course of 10 years I've had 16 cars. That's pretty ridiculous if you ask me.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous is an understatement, says Olivia over there. She's doing the camera work today. But yeah, so I'll probably do a video on a few of the other cars I've owned, but that one actually I've owned the longest, it was a little over a 2-year stint I owned that car. So that car I've actually owned the longest. I did all the work on it myself. I like to do everything myself. I hate paying people to do stuff. I just don't trust anyone with my vehicles. The only thing I paid someone to do was tuning, because, I don't know, tuning just, yeah, that's way above me. I had the car tuned by Christian Munia of Pure Drive Performance. You can look him up, Pure Drive Performance, there in Greeley, Colorado. Really cool guy. He knows how to tune, and he tunes to what you want, and he makes it conservative, but you make power, so the car is super reliable. The car was previously tuned by a local tuner that I won't mention any names because I don't want people to get mad, but the car had excessive amounts of timing, and I'm surprised it didn't blow up prior to all the mods I did on it. So, but yeah, enjoy a couple pictures at the end of this video of the Evo. There's actually a poll at the end, but that was the night that my turbo was going out. My second clutch was slipping, so it's not the greatest video. But yeah, enjoy it, like us, subscribe us, and we'll keep the videos coming.